This is the homework quiz for week number 16, and we're looking at question number 8, which asks us to take the following numbers and to put them in order from least to greatest, from the smallest to the largest. Questions 8, 9, and 10 are similar in that they give us percents and fractions and decimals and ask us to order them in some way. And our steps in solving them are going to be similar too. We're going to take and put all of these numbers into the same form because it's easier to solve the numbers if they're in the same form, such as decimals. If they're all decimals, than if they're mixed up as percents, fractions, and decimals. And that's what we're going to do in this problem here. We're going to change everything to decimal form. Then we're going to put them on a number line because it's easier to see how they compare to each other if we place them on a number line. And then finally, we're going to go back and check and make sure that we're putting them in the same form that's asked in the question here, from least to greatest. Let's begin our problem. 135% is the same as 1 35/100ths. 75 thousandths is already a decimal, and so we can keep it in that form, 0.075, 75 thousandths. 7/10, we're going to write that as a decimal that sounds the same way, but looks like this, 7/10 when we write it. And then 1 4/10 is already a decimal, 1 4/10. And here's a number line. I've already placed arrows next to the different numbers down below, different points down below, to make it easier for us to place them here for this question. Let's go ahead and change and add a 0 to the end of 1 4/10 and make it 1 40/100ths. That is the largest number, and that goes right there. 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4/10 after 1. Right next to it on the left-hand side, we have 1 35/100ths, which is 5/100ths less than 1 40/100ths, or 1 4/10. The next smallest number is 7/10, which is about 2/3 of the way between 0 and 1. And the smallest number by far is 75 thousandths. And a lot of people were looking at this and with some confusion on the quiz. And it's understandable because the number looks pretty big because it has all of these different digits in it. 75 thousandths, however, has a 0 in the tenths place. So it's smaller than 1/10. The number is smaller than 1/10, and we can see this over here. Here is 1/10 on a number line, and the number 75 thousandths is smaller than that. So it's certainly the smallest number here in this collection of 4. At the bottom, let's put these numbers now in order. We have 75 thousandths, 7/10ths, 135%, and 1 4/10. Is this the order that we're asked to place them in? Yes, it is up here because the question asks us to put them in order from the least to the greatest, from the smallest to the biggest. And that is the order that we place them in down here below, and that's the answer to question number 8. If you feel comfortable with this question, go ahead and look at the practice problem that is grouped with question number 8 on the homework quiz for week number 16.